Hello everyone, this is Kari from the Mount Airy Branch Library coming to you with Teen Central today. As you can see today, I am at the library branch. Because I have a safe distance around me, I'm just going to take this off so you can hear me a little bit better. We're all wearing our masks here and we're getting things ready. If you haven't heard, we have express pickup now here at Carroll County Public Library. So we're all here working, getting your holds out so that you can pick those up. I'll explain at the end of Teen Central a little bit more about how that works. So if you have any questions, you can always give us a call too. I'm just pointing out some books that we have in stock right now because we've gotten a lot of hold requests, but we do have some really great YA resource books available. And I wanted to highlight some short stories for you today, some poetry, and some nonfiction. So instead of delving into some of those great fictional novels that we've been reviewing, I wanted to show you some of these because they're really fantastic. And quick reads, you can read as a family, you can read just individually, do some reading with friends virtually as well. So the first book I'm going to show you is this book here, Hope Nation. So this is one of the collections of short stories I wanted to show you. It's got all of these YA authors on here. So I'm just going to read a little bit about what this book is about from the inside flap. Hope is a decision, but it's a hard one to make or even recognize in the face of oppression, belittlement, alienation, and defeat. We all experience moments when we struggle to understand the state of the world, when we feel powerless and in some cases even hopeless. But in trying times, words are power. Some of today's most popular YA authors come together in this revealing, personal collection of essays, each a flame that offers light in the darkness. Together, just like us as a people, these hard-earned words of wisdom become even stronger when united. So I'm just going to show you some of the authors who are on here, some really fabulous YA authors. Short stories are a way that I always recommend if you're just getting into YA books or you're not quite sure, you haven't found an author that you really love and enjoy yet. Read some short stories. These happen to be nonfiction short stories, but we have lots of other short stories that are fiction as well. But you get an idea of the author's writing and their background and where they're coming from, the stories they like to tell. So it's a good way to be introduced to some new authors if you want to try something new. But there's David Levithan and Libba Bray, Gail Forman, Nicola Yoon, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, all sorts of just amazing authors in here, Jason Reynolds. So I highly recommend. We have Hope Nation. It is available now. Like I said, you can actually get physical books from the library starting today. So we're just super excited. So the next short story collection I'm going to show you, these are fictional short stories written by a variety of YA authors. And it's called Color Outside the Lines. Stories about love. So I'll read you the inside flap here. When people ask me what this anthology is about, I'm often tempted to give them the complicated answer. It's about race, and about how being different from the person you love can matter, but how it can also not matter. And it's about Chinese pirate ghosts, black girl vigilantes, colonial India, a flower festival, a garden of poisons, and so much else. Honestly though, I think the answer's much simpler than that. Color Outside the Lines is a collection of stories about young, fierce, brilliantly hopeful people in love. So that was a quote from the person who edited this book, Sanghu Mandana. So she put together all of these amazing YA authors. So Color Outside the Lines, and this is it's a new book. It was just published at the end of last year, so really highly recommend this. The next couple of books are poetry books by really well-known poets, but I don't know if you're familiar with them. The first one is Nikki Grimes. She's been writing poetry forever, gotten tons of awards. This one, One Last Word by Nikki Grimes, you can see it's a very thin book. Another reason I recommend poetry to people who are just wanting a change in reading pace or maybe aren't usually into reading really long, in-depth things, or sometimes you're just not in the mood. If you need like that in-between sort of thing, now that we're getting to summertime, it's nice to have some short options. But Nikki Grimes is just an amazing poet. It's really beautifully laid out, and it's got some breaks in the story here, just fantastic. So this book by acclaimed author Nikki Grimes transports readers to the Harlem Renaissance. In this emotional and thought-provoking book of poetry, best-selling author Nikki Grimes finds inspiration from poets of the Harlem Renaissance. Moved by the evocative verse of legendary writers from the era, Grimes composed gorgeous new poetry with timely themes for today. By using the golden shovel poetic form, she has created wholly original poems based on the works of master poets like Langston Hughes, Georgia Douglas Johnson, Jean Toomer, and others who enriched history during the Harlem Renaissance. So, one last word, fantastic, quick read, extremely moving, just fantastic, and still available here. You're still going to have all of these resources available online as well. If you're interested in ebooks and audiobooks, you can check out our website. But now that you can put holds on actual books and pick them up, we're really excited to show these to you. The next one, Jason Reynolds. If you haven't heard of Jason Reynolds, I highly encourage you to check him out. We had posted on our teen page here with the Mount Airy branch a couple of weeks ago. He's doing this video series called Write, 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 with all different forms of that word. He is an amazing, amazing poet. So this is just one kind of long, standalone poem type letter he wrote during a really difficult time in his life. It's called For Everyone. And on the back, he writes, "This is for the courageous and everyone who wants to be." And it's just beautifully written, completely inspiring, and fantastic, and a perfect read for right now if you're trying to learn about the world around you and everything that's going on right now. This is a really hopeful book, and is a great book to kind of get you to focus on ideas that you might be struggling with right now. So just fantastic, amazing book. The next two books I'm going to show you are nonfiction. I know a lot of times we think of nonfiction books just for book reports at school or for younger kids in picture book format, but there are a lot of really, really great YA, young adult, teen resources here at the library in nonfiction, and publishers are publishing more and more nonfiction every year, so they're getting better and better. They're not like textbooks. They're really, really interesting. So the author I'm highlighting here, both of these books are by Tanya Bolden. Again, if you haven't heard of her, nonfiction writers don't usually become as well known as a lot of novelist and fiction writers, but she is an amazing resource. Has been working hard for years and years and years, and has so many books. But the two books that I'm going to show you are these collections of biographies. This first one is Changing the Equation, 50 Plus Black Women in STEM by Tanya Bolden. You can see it's if you read the whole thing through, it's not very long, but everything is just like in little snippets. You have, it highlights a woman, has some information and a picture, and it's much more in depth. It doesn't talk down to teenagers, so it's so much better than some of the nonfiction that you're typically taught in school. So I'll give you a quick description from here, from the inside cover. When Rebecca Crumpler became the first Black woman in the United States to earn her MD in 1864, it was no mean feat. Black Americans at this time were denied citizenship. Most colleges didn't accept Black women or men, and the sciences were only deemed suitable for white men. Since Dr. Crumpler, countless other Black women have revolutionized STEM in America, from early trailblazers to those who follow in their footsteps today. Black women have made cutting-edge contributions as surgeons, inventors, aviators, mechanics, forensic scientists, marine biologists, roboticists, video game developers, and NASA programmers. In Changing the Equation, award-winning author Tanya Bolden celebrates more than 50 women in America who have helped pave the way for future generations, reminding us all to stay curious and dream big. These women's stories are just the beginning. So these are fantastic. One of the things that I love about this book, besides that it's just so interesting and well written and really appealing, is that a lot of these women are still in the industry today. This isn't a set of biographies that are about historical figures, which are great and interesting in their own right, but these are women that, like, you can look up the work that they're doing today, and it's really inspiring. So I highly recommend this, Changing the Equation. And then the last book that I'm going to highlight, also a Tanya Bolden book, is Pathfinders. So this is more of those historical figures throughout history. The Journeys of 16 Extraordinary Black Souls. And it's just amazing in here. So in these pages, you will meet Venture Smith, an African man who was enslaved in America, but later bought his own freedom. Richard Potter, a magician whose methods paved the way for entertainers like Harry Houdini. And so many others. Untold numbers of black men and women in America have achieved great things against the odds. In this insightful book, award-winning author Tanya Bolden commemorates the lives of 16 black individuals who dared to dream, take risks, and chart courses to success. They were pathfinders. So like you heard, there was a magician, a town's founder, a spy, a prince, a race car driver, filmmaker, cartoonist, architect, economist. So it really covers a wide range. A lot of times you'll only hear about politicians or that sort of thing with historical figures, but this one really covers people that you may not have heard of. Again, it's not super long if you wanted to read the whole thing, but it's laid out in a way that you can just read snippets. So those are the books I wanted to highlight for you today. I encourage you to put a physical hold on these. If you're coming to the Mount Airy Library branch, you can give us a call if you have any questions, but all of the information is on our website, www.library.carr.org, and express pickup starts today. So basically the basic ins and outs of express pickup, it's contactless. Everybody is wearing masks. The staff is separate from the lobby area. So basically you put your books on hold. When your books come in on hold, you'll get that email notification. There will be a link on that email notification to a form that you can fill out for an appointment, basically a pickup time for you to come in and pick up your holds. And all the holds are in our lobby in paper bags, all stapled shut. You just run in, you have your mask, you're the only person in there. We're doing one at a time at the door. Grab your bag and take it out. If you have any books to return, you use our book drop, but it's really a really fast, efficient way, and we're getting all these physical books. Our books are being quarantined when they're returned, so you don't have to worry about like the high circulation of books going from one household to another and spreading germs. But if you have any questions, like I said, the time slots are 2-hour increments, Monday through Friday. That information is on our website, or if you have any questions, if you're having questions about the Mount Airy Library branch, give us a call directly here at 410-386-4470. Otherwise, you can call your local library branch to get that information as well. But all of that is on the Carroll County Public Library website. We have lots and lots of books available that we're so excited. We know that you've been chomping at the bit to get these books, physical books, in your hands, so we're excited to do that. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, leave a question in the comment. I'll leave the titles of the books that I showed you here today in the comments as well. And everybody enjoy their day. Have a wonderful Monday. I'm happy that you joined me for Teen Central. I'm gonna put this back on. There we go. And tell you goodbye.